going to believe what has been happening the last few days. So let me try to fill you in. The last video that you guys saw was our miscarriage video, which we thought was a miscarriage because I had heavy bleeding and lots of cramping, and the nurse and doctor kind of confirmed, like, yeah, most likely it's a miscarriage. Well, they also told me, just to be on the safe side, to look out for ectopic pregnancy symptoms because I was at really high risk for that. So last night I ended up in the ER because I had really bad sharp pains on my lower right side. I was having really bad shoulder pains, which is like classic symptoms for an ectopic pregnancy, and I was like really worried that, you know, I was maybe having an ectopic pregnancy, but at the same time was like, most likely it's not, and this is just maybe a cyst that's causing pain, whatever. So I went to the emergency room just to double check because rather be safe than sorry.
Ectopic is worse than a miscarriage.
Right.
A lot more.
Because you have to have surgery, yeah. So, we were scheduled to have a blood test today, like another beta test, just to make sure that my HCG levels were at a 0, because that's where they should have been by today. Well, last night in the emergency room, the doctor comes back and tells us that our HCG levels are 126. Which, if you guys watched my last video all the way to the end, you would have heard the nurse specifically say that if my levels went up, that was not a good sign, because then it was most likely ectopic. So, my levels went up, and we are now thinking that I have an ectopic pregnancy. As of right now, I'm 5 weeks and 1 day, and when I left the ER last night, basically my ER doctor called my fertility doctor and said, hey doc, this is what's happening, what do you want to do? Because I'd much rather have my fertility doctor like do my fertility surgery than like an emergency room doctor, just because I think that like my doctor knows me best and all these different things. So he said, I think she's okay because the levels are still low, and she's still early in her pregnancy. It's not a viable pregnancy, so I don't want people to like get excited. But let's have her come in first thing tomorrow morning so I can check her out myself. We'll get her blood levels, draw them again, and then we can come up with a plan of action. So the plan of action, we just left the fertility doctor. By the way, we're on like just a few hours of sleep. We're exhausted, as you could probably tell. And I'm also in a lot of pain. They keep telling me to take like Norco. Last night they tried to keep giving me morphine, but I was like, no, I don't want any pain medicine, because, you know, I didn't know what was going on, and the doctor was like, you know, maybe we hold off on it in case it is a viable pregnancy, because he didn't really know my situation. I already knew that I wasn't because my levels were too low. Make a long story short, this afternoon we're gonna find out whether or not I need to have surgery tomorrow, and if I do, they're going to be just removing the whole fallopian tube on the side that the ectopic pregnancy is on. So that's basically what's going on. At this point, I feel like I'm just like, and I don't want like any pity or like people feeling sorry for me, like, because at this point, like, I just have gotten to like this stage right now where I'm just like reached the worst possible case scenario, minus me dying, you know, as far as like pregnancy goes. Like an ectopic pregnancy is probably, in my opinion, and I don't want to speak for other people, but in my opinion, I feel like it's worse than a miscarriage, because you still lose your baby, and on top of that, I have to have surgery, and I have to remove one of my fallopian tubes when I already have fertility issues. So to me, that's like the worst case scenario that could happen, because you get pregnant, you get excited, and then it's just downhill from there. But like I said, at this point, I'm just staying positive. I'm like, you know what? There's nothing else that could possibly really go wrong other than like I die or something. And so I just am like at a stage where I have nothing left but to be positive. So in the fertility place, everybody's so nice there, and like we know everybody. We walk in, we know the people that work at the front office, we know all the nurses, we know the embryologist, the anesthesiologist comes out, he knows who we are, like the doctors all know who we are, everyone knows who we are. I'm like, we've been going here for over a year now, so maybe that's why, but it's been a crazy roller coaster this past like week or two. And yeah, to be honest, like I really am almost hoping that the numbers do go up just so that I can like have the surgery and be done, because I don't want to keep waiting. I feel like I've been waiting, and the anticipation is just like not a fun thing, especially when I'm in like pain most of the time, because it's causing a lot of pain. So yeah, I don't know. Is there anything that you want to say, honey?
It's like a non-stop processing thing. You know, it takes like thing after thing after thing happens, and just when we like are starting to process what's currently going on and start to like mentally figure that out, then the next thing comes along, and then you're like, okay, I gotta process this whole thing and think about it. And no, it's not just that. It's just like, this is our life. This is what our life is going and happening right now, and it's like a roller coaster. And we share this with you guys and share everything with people, but it's unless we only did one update a month, we could like sum it up in a 10-minute video. But when we keep you guys up to date and in the loop, it's not a matter of like, oh, like, well, why this and why didn't you wait, and this, everything going on. This is like what we have to go through every day. It's like really good news, and it's really bad news, and it's really good news, and we have to do this and do this. And it's a lot sometimes. So I don't know. I mean, right now we're tired because we were up all night at the emergency room for hours and hours, and then we woke up early this morning. So like it's another day of like, I think, just being like tired, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like I said, we just have to stay positive and know that we have a really great team of doctors that are, working with us, and we're very grateful for that. And we're grateful for all of you guys to have like our support system online, our online family, and just our family in person. Everybody's just been so supportive and loving and, here for us. So that's been really nice. So we're just staying grateful and staying positive. It's really all we can do right now. Being upset and crying is not going to be productive in any way for me, at least personally for me right now. So I'm just gonna take it easy, try to get through my day. I think that I'm gonna put some stuff on Poshmark because it's like kind of just taking it easy. And yeah,
I think it's keeping us busy.
Yeah.
And like helping in general, just to like help clear out our house and stuff, less clutter. And I don't know, it's like something very like simple for us to do when our mind is like going so much lately, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested in any Poshmark stuff, I think it's just Channon 16 is what my Poshmark is. And I'll be adding a lot more stuff on there in the future, but for now that's probably what I'll do. And that's about it, guys. So that's the update. We will definitely keep you posted and let you know what ends up happening, if we do end up having to have surgery to remove the tube or what. But in the meantime, this is our update. Thank you again all for being so supportive.